Hello, everybody, and welcome to Inside Cornerstone, your weekly look at everything going on in the world of Cornerstone, First Global Methodist Church here in Alexander City. I'm Brett Pritchard, joined by Pastor Billy Coleman. Coach, good to see you.
Good to see you, Brett.
As
I always
always.
look forward. I'm not sure seeing each other is a big thrill, but I love being up here with you.
Well, you said it, I didn't. So. But anyway, we are glad that you're here, and we're glad that you've joined us out there, whoever and wherever you might be joining us, by radio, by TV, by online. So many different ways to tune us in, and got some special guests today.
We do, two of them.
Two of them.
Wow.
Yeah, we just doubled up today.
This show's just booming.
It's just blowing up. What can we say? You can keep up with everything going on with our church at cornerstone-fgmc.org. You can find us on Facebook. You can go back and see our sermons from each week there. They're all archived. And we want to thank our sponsors, obviously, that make this program possible. Again, so a lot of things going on. Last week, I thought we had a great show. We talked about everything going on in the world with Israel. It's still rolling, obviously, and things changing. We may say a little bit about that later on in the program, but, we do have Glenda Hill with our children's ministries here. And I think you know this other lady. You kind of hang out with her every once in a while,
When she allows it, yeah.
When she allows, when she says it's okay, right?
Yeah.
Shireen Coleman, your lovely bride, will be here with us on the program, and she's got something special she wants to talk about as well. So we got a lot to get to today. So kind of out of sorts, we're going to start with your message from this past Sunday. We usually do that a little bit later on in the program. So.
We do, but the change-up's good for the audience.
It is.
We're kind of on top of it, and they like
as if
variety.
they aren't on their toes with us anyway.
And
so.
We do want to get on to the two messages, and it's an honor to be able to share with the church. But let me point this out right quick. This is about Inside Cornerstone. Our children went on a retreat that we're going to hear about. I'm not going to steal Glenda's looking at me here. I'm not going to take anything away from what she's saying. It was great. So they're off on a retreat, and it's a great thing. And then the teenagers went to the girls' ranch and painted some fences, and really worked hard as kind of a service mission. Then at 3 o'clock, this unbelievable choir from Montgomery came, 80 strong. Awesome. And we went inside, and the Arts Council sponsored them, but it was at the Green Street. And, that's got great acoustics. Green Street's got that high ceiling.
It's got great acoustics.
They were fantastic. All of that stuff was going on, and it's really a blessing to see the many things. I don't know if we'll get into this with Shireen, but, a group of adults are going to go off on a trip to Cheehaw Thursday. And a group of some of the Sylacauga members are going to be a part of that. So and then we got Jacob's Ladder going strong, and we do a skit on Thursday that they go home and tell their parents about it. I mean, you don't want to brag, you just want to give God the glory for it. There's some really neat things going on all at the same time.
Well, yeah, you just mentioned a bunch, but it seems like we always go back. In the root of everything that we do at our church revolves around our youth and our kids.
Eventually, it does go back. Yeah,
it kind of comes back down.
Yeah.
And we've said it numerous times. If you look at a church that is on fire, and you look at a church that is growing and is expanding, all you have to do is look down at the youth program and the children's ministry, and how are those two programs, and ours are outstanding and growing, and you see. Other youth that are members of our church that go and invite their friends, which in turn leads their parents to come. God, I told you that a couple of weeks ago.
That's right.
I know of a couple examples of that going on right now. It's just a good segue and a good push into all the other things that we have going on. And I see people in other factions of our church brag on our kids and how it makes them feel full of life. And to me, it's really the middle part of the wheel that everything spokes off of.
Well, I spent my life in education. I know what board looks like, and I know what interested looks like. And if you're standing up there and you're sharing on Sunday and you see our teenagers out there, hey, if you see our children out there.
Right.
We had a message about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they sat down there on the second go-around, and they're just sitting there listening, they're intent, but the youth are listening. And it's a blessing. It gives you so much enthusiasm for what you're doing when you see them out there taking part in that service.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, again, we've got a lot we want to talk about today.
Can we hit the messages?
I want to talk to you about that. Yeah, I want to get the message going.
Well, the first message that we shared was at the Arbor service, and it was about who's to blame.
Right.
It comes from a scripture where the disciples come upon a man that was born blind. And, of course, they asked the typical question, probably the one that we would ask, Master, why was this man born blind? Was it his sins or the sins of his parents? You know, back in those days, Brett, everything that happened was a result of sin.
Right.
And so, naturally, that's what the disciples thought. I mean, we shouldn't get on them too hard. That's what everybody thought. And Jesus said to them, nobody. Neither the man nor his parents are to blame. It wasn't their sins, but so that God can be glorified in this situation. And we go through this act of blaming, and as a football coach, I've listened to every excuse you've ever heard about why a play didn't work. And one thing that if you'd been there, Brett, you would have loved this part, Brett. Yeah, I missed you Sunday, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
All right, look, listen to this. I got this referee, see, and when I spoke to a group of referees one time, and it's all
I've already heard because I watched you Sunday. I heard about you pulling the arm and
you would never blame the referees, though, Brett.
I've
never heard you in your life
never have
blame
said
a referee
about anything. They always have the right call.
It's amazing,
They're
isn't
always
it?
in the right spot, you know.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'll repent after that. But anyway, but you bring up a good point, and when I was watching your message. I thought
you got on your knees,
no,
didn't you?
I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't. I probably needed to. But I looked at it. Surprisingly, I got away from football, and I looked at it from a world perspective.
Right.
And everybody's and you said it later on about the countries pointing fingers at each other. Mm-hmm. But that's what we do as humans. It's always somebody else's fault.
That's right.
You know, in my opinion, one of the biggest problems in our world today is we don't take ownership for anything.
Oh, absolutely.
And
yes.
we don't, you know, and
accountability.
There is none.
Nah, right.
You know, in
right.
a lot of things, and it's hard to get blame out of society when you have different factions of people, and we've got a conflict going on in this world right now where you got two factions that aren't ever going to see eye to eye. They're
the
just
other one's
not.
fault, too.
It is.
Yeah, right.
They're always going to point a finger at the other one and say, well, they did it. It's their fault. This is why you use Andy Griffith shows all the time.
I do.
Well,
that's the truth.
It wasn't the Hatfields and the McCoys, but it was I forgot the off names.
Oh, yeah. We'll think of that in a minute.
But Andy kept asking, well, why are you shooting at each other? And they go, why? Because he's a Wakefield. It's a Wakefield and I can't remember. And he said he asked the same to the other guy.
That's a good one.
And he kept going through there, and he used the Romeo and Juliet story with Opie, and he's like, well, I know what Fryer was going through now. It has just been predetermined through generations that they were wrong.
The Carters.
The Carters
right.
and Wakefield.
Right.
But it was predetermined by both families that they were wrong. And it was their fault.
Because he's a Carter.
Because he's a Carter and he's a Wakefield. I think we have that in society. And I thought about it, you know, in football games on a small level all the way up to our daily lives. Yeah. When something goes wrong, we want to look for somebody to pin the blame on.
Oh, definitely.
And I think we teach that unknowingly to our kids a lot of time. We talk about youth and children, but by our actions and by the way we react, you know, say, well, surely it wasn't me that did it. It had to be somebody else, or it had to be this consequence that caused this to happen, but I didn't have anything to do with it. So that message really resonated with me in a lot that's going on in our world today.
And I'll tell you a great spiritual lesson from all that. I hope I did it properly, is when you go to the foot of the cross, who you going to blame then? Jesus Christ died on that cross, and you know what? It was my fault.
Right.
He died for my sins. I'm the one that created, and all of us collectively created a situation where God had to send his son to die for us. Everything gets real clear at the cross. And
no
maybe
doubt.
the last segment we can talk a little
We'll
bit
get
about
back
the
to
other message,
yeah,
because that
yeah.
means a lot to me too. But yeah, I'm with you, Brett, on this blaming thing. We're all guilty of it, and it's prevalent in every part of our society.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I totally agree.
All right.
Up against our first break of the show. Stay tuned. Just getting started on Inside Cornerstone.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com, today.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone, and we're now joined by a very special guest, Glenda Hill with our children's ministries here. Glenda, thanks so much for coming.
Well, thank you for having me.
We didn't scare you off, so you actually made it up here. So
She did have a surprise look, though. She
did.
watched the first segment.
She did. Saw her easing toward the door.
Yeah, I did
she
too.
Didn't. We ended the first segment before she could get out. But anyway, glad to have Glenda here. And Glenda, we'll just dive right in. You guys had a big weekend this past weekend.
I am still on cloud 9. It was absolutely amazing. We took 36 people to Poplar Point Camp. It's a Christian camp.
Poplar Point Camp. Now tell everybody where that is.
It's in Rockford. It is
Okay.
less than 30 minutes from our church.
Nice.
Nice.
Very,
Yes.
it's breathtaking. It's so beautiful. And it had so much things for our kids to do. And God was all over that place. And the people that put it on, Seth Lucas and his family, they are just amazing. They have a sweet little girl that's name is Maggie, and she stole everybody's heart. But it probably had something to do. She was giving them brownies out to start with.
Well, that probably is.
That'll do it.
Yeah, but she was just precious. But we had some special guests to come. Brother Billy came on Friday night, and we had a little stage, and he jumped off that one too.
I'm working on my vertical.
Better watch that ACL.
Yeah, I am watching it.
Well, he came on Friday night. We had Daniel Coleman on Saturday morning,
Okay.
and we had Blue Vardaman on Saturday afternoon. We had different ladies and different men doing some devotion stuff. Casey Oliver did one. I did some. On Sunday, we had, well, actually on Saturday, we also had DS, David Simpkins, to come with his
Right.
music. That was amazing. And on Sunday, we had DS come back again. Misty and Adam Sanders came down and did some stuff. And we had Jimmy Yates.
That's awesome.
Wow. We had 3 to get saved.
Man, that is outstanding.
It was. It was all worth it. All I
well-
could do was cry.
Well, again, it sounded like you just had a perfect weekend, and
did.
you know the kids. So you had 30. Was it 36 total?
Yeah.
Kids that were there.
No,
Or-
probably about 28 kids.
okay,
everything else was
great, and then
adults.
including the people that helped.
Yeah,
So,
not counting the ones that come in later.
so what got us to the camp? I mean, as far as what led you to say we need to do this with our kids?
Well, the kids always went to another camp, and we're not that anymore. We're Cornerstone. And I was looking for something that was a little bit closer, had more things to offer, and I Googled it and kept going back to it, and then something just told me, Glenda, you just need to check it out. And so me and one of the trustees went up there and walked around it and fell in love with it, fell in love with the person putting it on, and it was like, it was just dropped out of the sky right for us.
So y'all left on Friday, right?
We left on Friday around 3:30, and we came home on Sunday around 1:30.
Well, you talked about all the different people that came and shared and helped. Talk about what the kids did. What were
Oh,
some of the
wow.
activities? Because it was beautiful weather all weekend.
Yes, it was more prettier than we thought it was going to be. On Friday night, we had, of course, we had Brother Billy to come, and then we had an ice cream party. They have this great, huge, big gymnasium that they had all these games. They had these little scooters that has wheels on them. The kids would stream across.
They got a putt-putt course.
Yeah.
Did you get on the scooter?
No, I don't have to get on the scooter.
Some of the others did. We did have putt-putt golf. We had Gaga. We have really missed Gaga because they took it
No,
down
no,
for
wait a minute. Hold on. Tell us the Gaga.
What is Gaga?
Gaga is a big pit that's got wood all around it. And
Oh,
the
yeah, I've
kids,
seen those.
the kids, we had one at our church, but we had to take
Yeah.
it down for the youth
And that's
building.
called Gaga?
Gaga Pit.
Why is it called Gaga?
I don't
Because
know.
a 2-year-old named it. Gaga. I mean,
Yeah, but
good heavens.
the ball is in the middle, and the kids are hitting it with their fist, and they every time they would see me, can we play Gaga? Can we play Gaga? And ours was gone, so they've missed it. So we're
they
getting it
got it
back.
in.
We just have to wait till the building is finished before we can get ours back.
So they made up for lost time.
Yes, we had Gaga Pit. We had they did campfires for us. On Saturday, we didn't know we was going to be able to do it. I already told them we were going no matter what, but we had swimming pools. They actually got in. I did not. I put my feet in. That was about it. I wanted to.
Say, man,
If I tell them there's something we're going to do, my word means something. I want to make sure that I'm doing what I said we're going to do.
Sure.
So at least we went up there. We went on a hike. We had our sweet Miss Betty and Blue brought us across, and we took it up over the lake, and we had our service that night on that. And we got an opportunity to help them with their, we could have rented a big, huge screen, but instead we paid into it where we could help the camp too, which was the same price. But so we got a huge 15-foot or more a screen out in the big field that we got to watch a movie with outside. The kids were all on blankets. They loved it. Got hot chocolate and
Nice.
marshmallows and popcorn, and
So they had a time.
they had the best time ever. Every kid was like, they're so excited, and so were all the counselors were. They were great. You couldn't have asked or handpicked anybody better than the ones we had. We had some youth to go, and the youth stepped up to do some things with the girls, and everybody had a great time.
You know, something we don't talk about much, Brett, is we love talking about the new youth center that's being built.
Absolutely.
But let's think about this. The arbor then opens up for ministry, and we're not, we're working on it. We're not totally there yet. But what a great facility this could be for the children's ministry. And Glenda
no
does
doubt.
a tremendous job. She cares. She loves having fun, but she's really it's a blessing to see. She draws that line, and fun is great, but there's also the spiritual side of
Sure.
it. But can you see the Arbor being a tremendous place for our children's ministry to be?
Of course.
I know it's being talked about.
Right,
And so
right.
it's not just helping. When you see that youth center, it's helping a lot of different
Oh, yeah,
things.
yeah.
And that's pretty exciting.
Well, you're adding space to our campus.
And kids love space.
Right. We need it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
we've talked about it
On our
numerous
tweens
times.
class on Wednesday night, we had 2 futons in there with kids. Now we have 3, and then we have like 15 little stools. On Wednesday night, everybody was on top of each other. So we had 38 people in there just on Wednesday, just kids. That's not even the lower classroom. So we are growing, and we gotta go for that.
Well, I said it at the beginning of the show. When you look at a church that is vibrant and healthy, you look at the youth, you look at the children, and I like that they're all on top of each other, and we need to find larger space for them, because that means our church is growing. And again, children bring other children, and they bring adults with them, and that's a good thing. And it's so good to know that you guys did the research and the work to find a place for our kids to go and have a weekend like this. And
It was
obviously,
amazing.
like you said, God was all in the camp. We had 3 that get saved at the camp, and just right up the road in Rockford, and I didn't know anything about
No,
Yeah,
a lot of
this
people
place.
It's a shocker when you come in this place. It is absolutely beautiful.
didn't.
It
It's
is.
so pretty, and he's the new guy has taken over and done a whole lot of different new things. And the theme of our camp was lost and found, and so we did a lot of things with that. And we had 3 kids that got found.
and that's awesome.
I'm still getting chill bumps.
Well,
I mean, all I could do was
that's
cry.
awesome. Well,
Tell them a little bit about God's Girls while you're here. I mean,
We have God's Girls on Wednesday afternoon, and that is teaching girls to be God's girls. Not, it's teaching them to not be mean girls, because let's just be honest, there's some girls that can be really, really mean. But we want them to know that God loves them, and that each other has each other's back, and we can say nice things. But we're doing mission work too in our community. So every first Wednesday of each month is a mission for somewhere
that's great.
in our town, and we're
stuff.
excited about that. And the
And
girls
wonderful.
love it.
The outreach is awesome. Getting outside the walls of our buildings and spreading the message and through action.
We got some of the
It's-
sweetest kids in the entire world at our church. They are just precious. And let's just be honest, if we don't tell the children who they are,
Right.
that they're God's children, somebody else will, and it might not be what we want them to
No,
know.
you're right. If they're going to hear messages from other people, that's for sure.
We do a skit for Jacob's Ladder on Thursdays. And maybe we can get it and show one of these.
We'd
on
love
the
to.
show.
It
With a
is
film.
But these
wonderful.
children, they're into it, man. They're listening. They're all about it. And I know Ellen told me, I guess it's today at our staff meeting, that the parents are coming to her and saying that their children who attend Jacob's Ladder
Right.
are telling them about the story that we act out on those Thursdays. And you got 130 of them right there and within close quarters of our our children's program. And so we're getting, I would say, am I wrong, that we're getting a good response from some of the parents at Jacob's Ladder too.
I think everything's amazing.
Yeah.
Everything.
That's
is.
wonderful. Well, continuing on with stuff we've got going on, we've got the trunk or treat coming up.
Yes, that's this weekend.
This Sunday.
Yes.
And so we got a graphic, Kane, if you'll put that up for us so everybody can see it.
Is that sugarless or this year?
No
Oh,
way.
okay.
No way.
That wouldn't be any fun.
No.
But this Sunday, 5 to 7 at the Arbor. So anybody is welcome to come. And
Yes.
I know last year we ran out of candy
We did.
multiple times, not just once. I heard there were multiple trips that were having to be made. So,
That's a good problem to have.
It is a good
Because that means the
problem.
kids to come. So we want to
Maybe.
make sure all the kids are taken care of. It's going to be a great day. We're excited about it.
and it looks like the weather's going to be continuing to be good. I know people are asking for rain, but like in the foreseeable future, there's no rain, so we should have a good.
Oh,
good
we're so
afternoon.
excited.
Should be good. Glenda, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having
Thank you
me.
for
You did
sharing
a great job.
the
Great job.
experience for the kids and what you do for the children's ministry and talking about their experience at camp this past weekend.
I am honored to be their director.
So that's great. Glenda, thank you
Thank you.
so much. We're going to take a break. Stay tuned. More Inside Cornerstone right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy. Well, welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone. This one could be this segment could be interesting if we make it through. And but we're glad to have Miss Shireen Coleman. Man, she makes you look a lot better over there.
There's no doubt about that. She won me in a raffle. What can you say?
Now, Shireen said, she said, don't embarrass. Yeah, what a prize. So she said she doesn't want to be embarrassed, so I'm not going to let her be embarrassed, okay? So we're going to get, well, I mean,
Come on, man.
I'll just let y'all handle that over there. But anyway, what a great prize, by the way.
Absolutely.
So, but anyway, we're glad that you're here.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And y'all have got something big going on, and I'm just going to let you talk about it.
Okay. Well, first, I'm here today to represent the Cornerstone Global Women.
There you go.
I am one of the leaders, and of course, because our church is new, that's a new group.
Okay.
I'm excited to be a part of that. You know, I worked in education for 30 years, and I never could be a part of the ladies group at church. And I have enjoyed this so much, and I'm one of the leaders. We have many leaders in our group. We're growing. We meet, the Cornerstone Global Women meet every second Tuesday at the Arbor at 10:30, and we get together and each month to tell you a little bit what we've been doing since we started our new ministry. We meet, like I said, on the second Tuesday at 10:30, and each month we have somebody comes to do a program.
Okay.
And it usually surrounds a local mission. So each month we do a local mission. For example, Meals on Wheels.
Right.
Miss Linda came and did a great program for us, and then we support it by giving back to that organization. And each month we do something different. For example, we did Meals on Wheels, Save a Life, Salvation Army. We even did the animal shelter. We did the counselors.
Wow.
We supplied them with the things they need. The school nurses.
Wow.
Jacob's Ladder. All kinds of things. But every month we have a different emphasis, and we do something mission-oriented in our community.
Do y'all predetermine what you want to do, or when you meet, you decide what you're going to do next? How does that work?
Well, we just kind of said it. I'll say, if you have a local mission, like we had somebody that said something, and I cannot remember the name of the group, but they transport cancer patients to their chemo treatments and things like that. And so that person came and talked with us, and we gave them a donation. So we take, everybody gives an idea, and then we just set it up. In fact, CFAT hopefully is going to come in January.
Okay.
And Girls Ranch came last week.
That's awesome. Well, this is in line with all the other different outreach ministries we have going on in our church right now. Is awesome. I mean, and all these different groups, and we talk about small groups that meet on Wednesday just to get together and learn more about the Bible and about each other. But we've got all of these different groups that are meeting, and we talk about it all the time, all the way back to Project 412 when we started this show going into the summer about, we can go all over in different places and different states, but right here in our community, there's such a need. Every community has a need everywhere in this country, but a lot of times we think, oh, we've got to go here or we got to go there to make an impact. Well, we need to be making an impact right here in our back door. And that's so good to hear how so many, I guess, organizations and groups that you guys have already helped.
Absolutely. In our purpose, we talk about wanting to be the hands and feet of Christ in our community and in our church.
Right.
And I think we're trying to meet those needs. Also in our church, to tell you a little bit more of the things that we do, our church calls on us for different projects. We helped with the Project 412 in that we're a group of ladies, so they call on us to do meals.
There you go.
And we supplied that. We supplied all the meals for Vacation Bible School. We sponsored the Lenten luncheons during Easter and did that. It's a great time.
How many do y'all have in the group right now?
We have about 50 to 60.
Wow.
Yes. Isn't that
Good.
great?
Well, I thought you were going to say like 15 or 20.
We have 50.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Bridget,
amazing.
wonderful
every
thing.
Tuesday morning, Shereen gets up and comes to Legacy Builders at 5 o'clock, and she and Patsy Shreve cook breakfast
That's
for
right.
the guys that come to the morning group. And then she does desserts at lunch.
Wow.
And it's to the point that I can't say, I can't even kid her. I kid Kane about stuff.
Right.
But I got 30 guys that'll take me out back.
Hey, no doubt.
Because they love Shereen. And seriously, Shereen's been a fantastic partner and supporter. When you're a coach's wife, let me tell you something. I mean, you're going to
It's
get
fun.
tested to the max.
Yeah.
But I want to hear
Lot of
about.
sacrifice.
I want to hear about a fundraiser that is coming out, because you're going to come back on. Hopefully in a great condition to explain how the fundraiser is going. Would you take that? Because
We'll be, okay.
That was a
Well,
good
I need to leave at this
No,
point.
That was a good segue.
Thank you very much. Well, in order to be able to sponsor all these mission groups, we decided that we needed to have a fundraiser.
Okay.
And about 3 years ago, my daughter-in-law gave me a little bottle of vanilla. And she knows I'm a baker. And so when she gave it to me, I
Great
opened
cook.
it.
Great.
I know
Thank you.
already. Yeah, it's outstanding.
She gave me a bottle of vanilla, and I know this is going to sound ridiculous, but I bought my vanilla at Williams and Sonoma. And for those cooks out there, they know that that's high price vanilla.
That's right.
So I gave a couple away as a door prize at Cornerstone Women one week. I make my own vanilla now, instead of buying it and paying big bucks for it. And so one of the ladies raised her hand in the back. It actually was Helen. Helen Walton said, Shereen, why don't we make vanilla and sell it? I said, Helen, that is an absolutely great idea.
How about that?
So back in February, we purchased the ingredients to make the vanilla. Now, Billy gets
I'm
tickled
listening.
about this. You have to, vanilla is made out of bourbon
That's right.
and, of course, vanilla beans.
There you go.
So we ordered our vanilla beans from Madagascar.
Wow.
And we got our bourbon locally. I'm not sure I'm supposed to tell this, but
Hey,
anyway,
Why
what
not?
we did,
We've already
actually, we have a member that is a retired Army person, or
Okay.
I'm not sure what Peggy is, but anyway, we got that through her,
Okay.
and we got together and we put our vanilla beans in our bourbon, and for 9 months it's been curing.
Wow.
And as of this Friday, it's going to be ready, and we are going to bottle it. We have our labels already made.
Okay.
It says Cornerstone Global Women, and Taste and See That the Lord is Good is
How about
on
that?
that. And we are excited. It's $20 a bottle,
How about that?
and we'll have 500 bottles.
Wow. And they'll all be gone.
I hope so.
No, they will be.
I would like to say at this point in our conversation that I have never touched alcohol in my life, and we had to change the name of our place to the Coleman Distillery. They were in there making
This is so much bourbon.
this substance that, and I'm just sitting there watching, shaking my head, saying, "What in the world is happening to our house?" Yeah, no, I don't know. It's unbelievable, Brett.
But you have to have those ingredients to come up with the product.
Well, that's what I've been
Absolutely.
told. Yes, that's true.
It's not like you're in there turning the bottle of bourbon up.
If you've
No,
ever, if
I'm
you've
certainly
ever,
not. But it's, when you walk in there and you can't get to the Captain Crunch cereal, and stuff like that, because there's bottles of stuff
There's
in
bottles
the way. And I'm
in
not
it.
talking about Gatorade.
No, that's right.
You know
but
what I'm
that's
saying?
okay. They're the professionals. They're doing what they need to do with
But
it. So.
I will say this: when it comes to those desserts, I'm always first in line.
if you've ever had a
It
great,
does make some great desserts.
if you ever had a great bowl of banana pudding,
Oh, yeah.
it was great because it had good vanilla
But
in
no,
it.
look, most people that cook and deal with vanilla flavoring, it adds so much.
That's right.
And it's such an integral ingredient. Hey, look, it even makes snow ice cream better.
Absolutely.
You ever make
Yeah.
snow ice cream?
Sure.
Coach?
Oh yes, I know.
I
it
mean,
will.
if you don't
A
put
little
vanilla
vanilla.
in there,
That's right.
it's not as good.
I kind of
so.
like to eat that when I'm playing Gaga. You have the ice cream stuff.
And listening to Lady Gaga. No.
No.
We ladies decided there's not, I mean, we have when you're talking about fundraising, usually it takes a lot of effort to raise a lot of money.
Well, I'm going to say this. That's a unique fundraiser.
It is.
And they're gonna buy. People are gonna buy.
Oh, they're
this
gonna buy
vanilla's
it. Oh,
unbelievable.
I know
they're
it is.
making.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the deal. I mean, and we know going through school and having kids and different organizations, you're selling candy or selling some type of drinks or, whatever. Brunswick stew. I mean, there's all different.
Exactly.
Right.
Never heard of this.
Right.
So I've always said, when we were at the college and I had the ambassadors and
Yeah.
they were like, what can we do that's unique? Because everybody gets tired of buying Snicker bars and Reese cups.
Well,
You know,
this is an alternative.
well,
to
right.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
one year we sold poinsettias, at Christmas. And, I know you can go to a flower shop and get them, but when you go and people buy them for Christmas and you go ask somebody, they go, well, I was going to do it anyway. So I'd rather buy it from you. I think the unique fundraisers really bring it in a lot better than just the same old stuff over and over. Not that people wouldn't, contribute, not taking a shot at other fundraisers, but haven't heard about this one. And this is new. So this is going to give everybody an opportunity to purchase. And here it is, perfect time and holiday
This is
season.
gonna
It's our
sell.
holiday season.
So can y'all believe it's almost November?
Somebody said 63 days to Christmas.
Let's-
I can't
let's just
wrap
not count.
myself
Let's
around
not-
that.
let's not
No,
count.
I don't like
Let's
to
not
think about
count.
that.
It'll be here before we know it. Well, Shireen, that was awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you and all the women as part of Cornerstone Global Women that come together to make this and are going to be selling it. And those funds are going to go to help all of these different causes that you just talked about. So that's where it all comes down
Absolutely.
to. So,
And to work and put it back in our church.
Love it.
We voted this week to sponsor one of the kids to elementary camp. And we intend on making a contribution to the new youth house from our
Wow.
vanilla. So we're excited about that.
Exciting
Yes.
times. Well,
That'll
thank
be
you.
appreciated.
Yes.
Thank you so much, and she
Thank
might
you for
even let you
having
come back
me.
home this afternoon after that segment.
We'll
So,
see.
We'll see.
We're having the
The jury's
legacy
still
fish
out.
fry.
That's
and
right,
of
on
course,
Thursday.
Yes, no, it's tonight.
it's
Is it tonight?
It's
Yeah, we
tonight.
It's
invited
tonight.
you to come.
Well, I think you told me Thursday.
Well, that's very possible.
I think last week
If you
told
looked
me
in our
Thursday.
pantry, you would see.
I'm
that-
always, we're not gonna. Are we blaming somebody?
Good one.
All right, here we go.
Good one.
All right, well, we're gonna get out. We got to go to break. Miss Rain, thank you so much.
Thank you for
Shereen.
having me. It's
Appreciate
a
it.
joy.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting.
Welcome back, everyone. Final segment here on Inside Cornerstone. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us every week, and we appreciate it so much, and we appreciate the feedback that we receive. You can go to our website, cornerstone-fgmc.org, to keep up with everything going on in the life of the church. You can also find us out on Facebook that way, and again, all of our past services and all the different things that we've got going on. You can catch up with that on our Facebook page as well. So we talked about in the first segment the service at the Arbor, your message there.
Who's to blame?
And who's to blame. So let's talk about the message at Green Street.
Green Street is a message that I really enjoy getting into. It's called Following at a Distance, and it revolves around Peter. You know, Peter's Oliver's, he's one of our favorites, right? I
Right, no doubt.
We relate to him. He's human. He shoots off his mouth and then he eats crow, and he's wrong. He's passionate. There's no doubting his love for Christ. And one minute Jesus is saying, "You're the rock of the church." The next minute, "Get behind me, Satan." He wants to walk on water and does for a minute, looks around, starts to sink.
Right.
That's Peter. And so in the crucifixion story of Jesus, our hero, Peter, does some things down there outside of Caiaphas's palace that throws us back. He denies knowing Jesus. And in the third time he does that, it says he has profanity and says, "I tell you, I do not know him." Peter Marshall, I love Peter Marshall, he's written some great books. I don't know if it happened this way. He says that Jesus was walking down the stairs from being interrogated by Caiaphas, and he was on his way to Pilate, and he turns and looks, and there's Peter, the rock of the church, the one that said, "If all else fall to the wayside, I will never betray you." Peter is denying he knows Jesus, and Peter sees that, and of course it is biblical that he runs off into the darkness because he's so upset about what he's done. And so then we say, well, what happened to him? There's one sentence in the book of Luke that basically says this: "And Peter followed Jesus at a distance." Mm-hmm. And the result of our thinking on that is the closer we are to Jesus, the more apt we are to be more involved, more powerful. I use a lot of football illustrations in this message. Shireen, if she was still here, we would go back to when we went to the Georgia game. We're in the upper deck, Brett, and she hadn't been in the upper deck before. She looks in there and says, "What? I can't even see their numbers. Are those the players? Those are ants down there."
Right.
Coaches sort of like it because you can see
everything develop.
You
right.
see what's going to happen before it happens from there. She didn't like it, and she said, "I am never coming back and I'm never sitting in the upper deck again." So from there I say, well, we sit, when we go to our favorite colleges games, we sit on the 20th row. You sat with us.
Right.
Well, you can see a lot better from there than you can from the upper deck. But you can also see better on the sidelines than you can on row 20.
Right.
And you can also see better if you're on the field better than you can if you're on the sideline.
Yeah.
The concept there is the closer you are to Jesus, the clearer things get.
Sure.
And when we go to the foot of the cross, we mentioned that a while ago, everything gets real clear. when I go to the cross and I realize God loved me enough, he sent his son to die for me, my sins, I'm not worthy, everything in my life gets very, very clear. And I used I'm not going to go through the whole message, but I used other illustrations like that. And when we follow Jesus closely, the whole sermon ends with Jesus on the beach, and he swims to shore.
Right.
Because Jesus tells them to throw their nets to the other side. They start catching fish. He comes to shore, and 3 times, up close and personal, he's standing this far from the man that he betrayed. Jesus says, "Peter, do you love me?" And 3 times Peter says, "Yes, Lord, you know I love you." And he was forgiven, I think, 3 times, just like he denied Jesus 3 times. And the next time we see Peter is in the book of Acts, and he's preaching a sermon, and 3,000 souls are saved because he goes from following him at a distance. He sees how that worked out to following him up close and personal, where Jesus can use him to change the world.
Yeah, I think you and I can't remember if somebody was with us on that show, but we talked about following Jesus at a distance, and I think you got a message, a few Sundays ago where we talked about
that was at the Arbor.
At the Arbor, yeah.
This one was at Green Street.
Right,
yeah,
right.
That's right.
So,
oh yeah.
But the further away you are, the more apt you are to become lost.
Yeah. And to deny him.
It's just easy common sense to look at this, and the closer you are, and I want to use a word, and it may not be the right word, but the closer you are, the more accountable you are.
Oh, no doubt. That's a good word.
And the reason people drift and get further behind because they don't want to be held accountable.
Right. We
And
just talked about that in the other sermon.
We did in the Blaine.
Yeah.
You know, I think there, and while that's going on, you know whether you're doing right or whether you're doing wrong. And when you know you're doing something wrong, you look up and Jesus is way away from you. And on the flip side of that, if things are going the way they should, and you should be doing the things that you should, towing the line, which is hard to do a lot of times in this life, and is making tough decisions and making unpopular decisions, then the closer you are in your walk with Him.
Yeah, I like to go another direction on this. See what you think about it. We're sitting in our living rooms, and our children are so into their phones. They're sitting over in a chair, and they're looking at this and doing what you do on a cell phone. And then they go to bed at night, and they use their little cell phone. They stay on the computers and stuff. Is this not creating a distance between the parents and the child? And one day the parent says, I don't even know my kid. I don't even know that person anymore. And we drift away from people in our life and our children. And what a terrible result. This is just Billy talking. That is occurring in our country, and it is a terrible result that when our children distance themselves from us through some of the things we just mentioned. That's sad.
The influence of things outside of the family
that pulls us away from each other.
We talked about that just a little bit ago. You know, I think Glenda talked about it with the message with the children. They're going to hear things. You better be telling them the right things, because they're going to have plenty of opportunities to hear the wrong things and hear things that might lead them astray. But these cell phones, again, there's good and there's bad with everything. And what you just brought up, though, the distraction and the distance that we put, between ourselves and our family and even our friends, because we're so consumed with what we're doing with these devices, and it's a problem. We've created a society of zombies. I mean, I had a discussion the other day with my son, and his generation of one of the biggest things when I was at Central Alabama Community College that businesses said they're having the biggest and the toughest time with is soft skills for employees.
Looking people in the eye and shaking their hand.
And having some type of communication. Right. And I had a discussion with him. I said, we were talking about, we got a meeting this coming up week with a department at Auburn and a major he's potentially looking at, and he had to call and set the tour up. He had to call and do all this stuff. And, and I explained to him, I said, your generation, said we all have flaws, but the biggest problem with your generation is you might be really smart. You might look really good on paper and all the things, and your resume looks really good. But then you go and sit down in front of somebody for a potential job interview or potential interview to become enrolled in this school or whatever, and you can't carry on a conversation, or you look like you're scared to death, and you have a limp wrist handshake, or you don't look people in the eye.
That's right.
That's one of the biggest flaws in biggest gaps that these companies are. I said, if you can lick the communication part, I said, man, you're head and shoulders above 85% of your competition.
Oh, I agree. And it's let me say this. I just got on the cell phone. Well, let's get on my generation and even my parents' generation. And for us and for them, it was the job that took people away from their children. And while we were out making a fortune, working our tails off out there at our jobs, our children were going through the 60s, the rebellious period that occurred during that time, because they didn't have a relationship with their parents. I could be like that with my football jobs. I'm so involved there that it creates distance in our family.
There was a song written, "Cats in the Cradle."
You want me to quote it?
Nah, I mean, that's it. I mean,
I know it by heart.
I want to tell you, though, you literally listen to the lyrics of that song, and how it flips to the other side at the end. And, you know,
As I hung up the phone,
Right.
it occurred to me my son was just like
That's
me.
right.
My boy was just like
and
me.
he just become the person that
Right.
he had been his whole life.
That's right.
You know, now he wanted the attention, and
Where were the kids?
Son was too busy to give it to him. So
I quote that song in some
well, it's
messages.
so powerful.
That is
It's a
powerful.
good. First of all, it's a good song, but it's
a spiritual
the
song,
second,
too,
it's very inspirational.
It is
and very
unbelievable.
powerful.
I
So,
love that song.
Well, Coach, we had a good show today, I think, and
Sure.
thanks
It was an honor to have our
Thanks to
guests.
Shireen and Glenda for being on,
Yes.
and a lot going on. Reminder that Trunk or Treat is this Sunday from 5 to 7 at the Arbor, so make sure you bring your kids, and it's open to the community, and I look forward to having a good time over there at the Arbor on Sunday.
What you doing after the show?
I don't know yet.
You want to go play some Gaga?
Why not?
All
You know-
right, that
You
was
know where
good.
we can go play?
No.
I don't know. If somebody drove by and saw the two of us playing Gaga, they probably
It would be time.
might have to call
Yeah,
some
that's
help.
that's
So,
time to get the shot.
well, that's going to wrap it up on that note here for Inside Cornerstone.
course.
Again, we'll be back with you next week for another episode. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for watching. For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy. Hey everybody, I'm Brett.
Billy?
And I'm Matt.
And we want you to join us each week for Inside Cornerstone. Coach, Matt, excited to have this show on every single day throughout the week leading up to Sunday.
Jesus Christ is going to be glorified in everything we do. You won't just be listening to messages. You're going to be hearing about things going on at our church.
And make sure you join us at our worship services 9 and 11 o'clock.
Join us each week right here on Inside Cornerstone on WAXC TV.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.